Good evening. Thanks for joining us at Awaz News. I'm Kubrali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada.
City launches new online dashboard to track safety and security incidents on TTC. Brampton unites for a litter-free future community summit to tackle city's trash troubles. Boy 14 charged with carjacking shooting, rideshare driver in head with pellet gun. Man dead, woman in hospital after targeted residential shooting in Aurora. One person dead after being shot multiple times in North York. Russell Brown retires from Supreme Court. Two teenage girls arrested after attempted carjacking at knife point in West End.
Those were the headlines, and now let's jump through the details.
Justice Russell Brown is retiring from the Supreme Court of Canada, effective immediately, ending a probe into alleged misconduct. The Canadian Judicial Council, the body tasked with disciplining judges, says it no longer has jurisdiction to continue investigating allegations of misconduct stemming from an event at an Arizona hotel in January. Brown has vigorously denied accusations that he was intoxicated and harassed a group of friends at an event in Scottsdale, Arizona, honoring another judge. The justice, who was appointed to the Supreme Court in 2015 by then Prime Minister Stephen Harper, had been on leave from the court since February 1st, pending the outcome of the council's review. Supreme Court Chief Justice Richard Wagner acknowledged Brown's contribution over the last 8 years in the statement and wished him all the best in his future endeavors. He is calling on Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to promptly appoint a new justice to replace Brown. In a groundbreaking move to combat the increasing litter problem plaguing Brampton, Councillor Santos has called for a community-wide summit aimed at transforming the city into a litter-free heaven. The motion approved during the Committee of Council meeting on June 7th emphasizes the urgent need for a united effort in creating a cleaner and more pristine Brampton. The Litter-Free Brampton Summit will serve as a platform to bring together community groups, residents and businesses, fostering collaboration and planning innovative strategies. Recognizing the detrimental impact of litter on the city's quality of life, Santos highlights the importance of collective responsibility, stating keeping our city litter-free is everyone's responsibility. During the meeting, delegates Angelina Carrara and Bill Godfrey presented inspiring ideas to address the issue. Angelina's proposal, "Let's bring the flowering green space back into the city of Brampton with education enforcement and financial impact," emphasized the significance of private property standards. Bill, representing People Against Littering, suggested an ingenious grassroots approach, encouraging every Brampton resident to pick up 5 pieces of litter per month. Santos stressed the need to tackle the root causes of the litter problem, including the involvement of businesses that contribute to the waste stream. To achieve a comprehensive and effective solution, Santos proposed a friendly amendment to the motion calling for a summit that would engage various community groups, environmental organizations, government entities, and businesses. The envisioned summit aims to assess existing processes, identify gaps in maintaining a clean city, and leverage the collective power of volunteers. By bringing together diverse perspectives and ideas, Brampton aims to become Canada's first litter-free city. The summit's outcomes, along with progress updates from participating groups, will be reported back to the Council in the 4th quarter of this year. Brampton's commitment to beautifying neighborhoods, enhancing property standards enforcement, and promoting community engagement through resident associations aligns perfectly with this motion. With active involvement from residents and stakeholders, Brampton is poised to set an example for other cities in the country and pave the way for a litter-free future. Toronto police have arrested 2 teenage girls in connection with an attempted knife-point carjacking in the city's West End on Friday. On the evening of June 9th, officers responded to robbery call in Dundas Street West and Scarlett Road area. It's reported that 2 girls had ordered a ride-share service and were being dropped off when one of the girls got out of the vehicle and threatened the driver with a knife while demanding they hand over the keys. Upon arrival, police located and arrested the two girls. Investigators say the knife used also was recovered during the arrest. The two girls, ages 16 and 15, both of Toronto, have each been charged with robbery with an offensive weapon and disguise with intent. Neither can be identified under the terms of Youth Criminal Justice Act. The accused were both scheduled to appear in the Toronto court for a bail hearing on Saturday. A homicide investigation is underway in Aurora, Ontario, after someone entered a home and shot two people, leaving one person dead in what investigators are describing as a targeted shooting. It happened at a home on Stubbs Lane near Leslie and Wellington Streets at approximately 12:17 p.m. Monday, York Regional Police Sergeant Clint Whitney told reporters at the scene. Whitney said police were called to the area for a report of shooting at a residential address. When officers arrived on scene, he said they found the man and woman suffering from the gunshot wounds. The man was pronounced dead at the scene, Whitney said. The woman was transported to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Whitney said the two victims are known to each other and lived at the residence, but investigators are still working to determine the nature of their relationship. Although Whitney said there is no suspect information to release at this time, investigators believe the shooting was targeted. Images from the scene appear to show police tape at the entrance of a nearby residence. Police are asking anyone who may have been in the area at the time to call the York Regional Police Homicide Unit at 1-866-876-5423 or Crime Stoppers anonymously. One person has died after being shot multiple times in broad daylight while driving in North York, Toronto police say. Toronto Police and York Regional Police responded to reports of gunfire in the area of Steeles Avenue West and Fenma Drive, east of Islington Avenue at 11:36 a.m. A male victim was subsequently found suffering from multiple gunshot wounds in a white van parked on the sidewalk further west on Steeles and was pronounced dead at the scene, police said. The victim, a man believed to be in his 40s, was the lone occupant of the vehicle, Ford said. He said at least 11 shell casings were found near Fenmer Drive, but it's not yet clear exactly where the incident started. He said forensic officers are scouring the scene for further evidence and the homicide unit has taken over the case. There is currently no information about suspects and the police said they are appealing to the public for information. The City of Toronto has launched a new online dashboard that keeps track of safety and security incidents on public transit in Toronto. The new tool, which went live on Monday, tracks a series of metrics related to safety on the TTC, including the rate of criminal offences against TTC customers, TTC employees, and the number of major offences that occur across all transit networks in the city. Customer satisfaction with the personal safety and the number of wellness checks conducted by safety ambassadors are also numbers tracked on the dashboard. According to data posted Monday, the rate of offences against TTC customers in May was 1.82 incidents per million boardings, up from 1.75 in April and 1.66 in March, but down from 2.70 in January. The number of major crime occurrences on all transit systems in Toronto in May was 220, up from 162 in April and 177 in January. The dashboard, along the series of other safety initiatives, was developed in response to a rash of violent incidents on the TTC in the last 12 months. There have been 4 homicides on or near TTC property over the last year, in addition to 3 shoves and attempted shoves of individuals onto the tracks of Bloor Yonge Station. A 14-year-old boy who allegedly shot a ride-share driver multiple times with a pellet gun in North Etobicoke during an attempted carjacking has been arrested, police say. In a news release issued on Monday, police said officers were called to the area of Kipling Avenue and Rantry Road in the city's Rexdale neighborhood on June 11th. A ride-share driver was dropping off a customer in the area at the time, and as they exited the vehicle, a boy entered, according to police. The boy pointed a gun at the driver, which police said was later determined to be a pellet gun, and demanded the car keys before allegedly shooting him in his head. Police said the driver fled the scene and the boy chased him. When the driver fell to the ground, police said the boy stood over the driver, shooting him several times before fleeing empty-handed. The driver was taken to hospital, although the extent of his injuries were not disclosed. Police said the suspect was located later that day and taken into custody. At the time of his arrest, police said the pellet gun was recovered as well as other items of evidentiary value. The 14-year-old boy from Brampton is facing a number of charges, including aggravated assault, robbery with offensive weapon, and failed to comply with the release order. He cannot be named under the terms of the Youth Criminal Justice Act.
This was all from us today. I'm Kubra Ali, and I'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.